Okay.
I just thought somebody would just be following along with what we're doing.
Live.
Yay! Hello, everybody. If we're on, hello. Thank you guys for joining us tonight. We are one short tonight.
We are.
But Jennifer and I are going to have a great time with you guys tonight.
Yes.
And you guys are going to enjoy being with us. So thank you guys for joining us. If you are watching us on the recording, I'm going to turn this volume down. If you're watching us on the recording, you are definitely going to want to stick around with us tonight because we're going to be talking about breaking those chains that bind us. Does anybody have those chains that you feel like are just wearing you down? I have been there. We're going to talk about, excuse me, we're going to talk about how to bring back the chill in the summertime. Yes.
We all need chill in the summertime for sure.
Yes. Yes. And we're going to talk about pink ribbon awareness and a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
So you're definitely going to want to stay with us. And we are talking about all things with the letter P tonight. Now, Jennifer, you're joining in from Houston, Texas.
Yes, Houston, Texas, where it has been raining and there are flash flood warnings. So just FYI.
Really? Well, I'm joining you guys from, you can't tell, but I'm joining you guys from, wait.
Wild Orange. You're joining
Wild Orange in Norman, Oklahoma, which is where I was last Sunday too. Is that right?
I think so.
That's right. Well, since then, we have experienced multiple severe thunderstorms, which is usually not a big deal unless you live in an RV home on wheels.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And for those of you, just a small fact about me, I did not grow up in Oklahoma, but I did finish high school and went to college and graduate school in Oklahoma. So I'm not technically an Okie. But I did go to OU, so I am Boomer Sooner. So any of you out there watching, Boomer Sooners. And I actually also did live here during the, oh, hold on a minute. I might have a glitch here.
Oh.
Am I still with you guys?
I see you and I see you still live. So yeah.
Okay. Okay. So I actually lived here during the Oklahoma City bombing and was actually just a few blocks away from when that occurred. And so, and that was actually just over almost 25 years ago. That was April 19th, 1995. And sometime we'll have to share on our YouTube channel about our visit to the memorial bombing today and or the bombing memorial and my time that I had there, which was a big growth time in my life and a pretty traumatic experience to witness and be a part of. But I love seeing that. If you ever get a chance to go to that memorial, it is such a representation of how God can take things that are horribly traumatic and tragic and should have never occurred and how he can make good from it. And so it is a somber place, but also a place of hope and healing. So, so let's dig into what we're talking about tonight with all things P. We're going to be talking about
all the P things.
Peace. This peace blend. And we're going to talk about the peace touch, which I actually keep along with me at all times. We're going to be talking about Petitgrain, which means, it means small grain? Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Tiny grain.
So it might give you a hint of where it's from. We're going to be talking about peppermint and peppermint touch. We're going to be talking about pink pepper.
Oh, I love pink pepper.
Yes. And then we're also going to be talking about a P that starts with an F sound. Phytoestrogen.
The phytoestrogen.
And you guys are going to want to stick around to hear about phytoestrogen for sure. It's life changing. So we want to know what you most want to know about these items. So go ahead and put in the comments. Hey, Bethany, good to see you guys on here with us. So we want to know, what do you most want to know about these items? Maybe you're like, what is that? Or what do I do with this? Or I have pink pepper, but I don't know what to do with it. Put that in the comments, because we're going to be talking about these tonight. And Jennifer, pulled inside our private customer group and asked these same questions. And we're going to share with you guys what the most requested topics were for tonight. Jennifer, you want to share some of those?
Sure, absolutely. Okay, so number one on the list was, I need a new option for my metabolism and my digestive system. So don't worry, we got you. We're going to talk about that. The second one was, it's not hot, it's Africa hot. What can help me keep my cool? Does anybody know the movie reference there? You get points if you do. Comment below if you know what it is.
I'm actually wondering myself.
Yeah, I'm not saying. We're going to see if anybody gets it right, and maybe they're going to get a free something from me if they get it right.
Not hot, it's Africa hot.
It's not hot, it's Africa hot. What can boost my energy during a workout and help any muscle tension I have after? And then also, I have a hard time trusting that things are going to be okay, and I worry a bunch. So what can I use to help me there, right? And then we're also going to talk about, we'll tell you which oils those are, and then we've got a couple of things we're going to throw in too.
Yes. And those of you who are joining us in the beginning, we have a small gift for you.
Yes.
A little oil hack that you're going to want to have. And this is called, so we're going to share the recipe later on in the broadcast, but I want to share with you this awesome tool here. So have you guys seen these before? doTERRA actually sells these, and they're misters. So I want you to see, hopefully you guys can see this through the camera, but I'm gonna spray it, and I want you to look at the mist and what it does. So it doesn't just like shoot out like, like a regular sprayer. It's really like a mister. Isn't that amazing? I love this. And they come, I think, doesn't it come in a pack of 2?
I think it does come in a pack of 2. Pretty sure.
And so you can actually, if you already have your doTERRA account, you can actually go in your shopping site, and I think you can just type in Mister, and you can buy these, and they're very inexpensive. And all you got to do is pop off the top, add your oils, and we're going to share exactly what you want to put in this for the summertime. But and then you can just mist to your heart's content. So that's for you guys. And if you are new to oils, or you do not have your account yet, connect with Jennifer or myself, or if you don't have somebody working with, connect with us, and we can
we'll help you with that.
Get started with that. Yeah. So so share with us in the comments, what are you most excited about with these oils? And so we're going to start with the most requested topic.
Yes,
you guys know about supporting your metabolism and your digestive system, and what are the options with this?
So there's actually a couple of things in the piece tonight that we could talk about, but the one that we're primarily going to focus on here is pink pepper. Pink pepper, I feel like
such a cute bottle.
It is such a cute bottle, and it is not at all, like, it's not really peppery smelling. Pink pepper is actually a fruit, you guys. Isn't that funny? It's like a
it's not from the pepper family, is it?
No, I don't think it is. I don't think it is. But it's really funny, but it is great for your metabolism. It's great for your digestive system. And it's one of those oils that's kind of like we have some that are so beneficial to so many different systems in the body. Pink pepper is actually one of those. Okay. So it helps us with maintaining like the cells. So cellular function, that's something that we talk about quite a bit here, helps our cellular health. And then the main components in it are also very calming to our nervous system. Okay. So I love pink pepper. It's one that came out last year at convention, and I was super excited about it because I was having some, shall we say, digestive issues while we were in Salt Lake City. And they said, try that with green mandarin. And I put it in my water. And number one, I love the way pink pepper and green mandarin taste together. It's actually really good. So I did a drop of it in my water. Make sure you use like a glass or a stainless steel cup. But if you're somebody that's like, oh, you know, I put lemon in my water all the time, I need something different, and want to mix it up a little bit, green mandarin and pink pepper together, I kind of love. Okay.
I'm going to do it right now because I don't have any oils in my water.
And it really, really helped. So then I was like, okay, I like drinking it in my water, but what else can I do with it? And for you guys that have been around for a while and you're in the Essential Life tribe, you know, when we did the Yarrow Palm 30-day challenge, right? And we did our capsules with the Yarrow Palm, we also put pink pepper in that. And the reason why is because it's really great for our metabolism, as well as our digestive system and the other systems in our body, even our immune system. Okay. The one thing I was going to tell you guys too is that emotionally, so it is considered to be the oil of intrinsic equality, right? So when you are someone who compares themselves to others all the time, pink pepper helps you not to do that. Okay. And not that, but see what's unique and awesome about you. It teaches that comparison never leads to happiness, but it actually increases sorrow. And it says that it focuses on the goodness of self and then ultimately the belief in goodness of others. So if you are someone that kind of tends to be maybe a little judgy of other people or judgy of yourself in comparison to other people, pink pepper emotionally is one that can really support you in that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All the stuff I'm learning about pink pepper. You know what I remember most about pink pepper when I remember learning about this at convention was that it seems to work best when using it internally. And so I like putting it in my water and along with the green mandarin, and you know, with it helping healthy cellular function. So those of you who love using your frankincense for healthy cells, that's along the same kinds of lines. Pink pepper is also very supportive in that. So think of like your pink pepper in your mind. A little mnemonic for you is that pink ribbon awareness. Now, not just pink ribbon awareness, because really all the ribbons, but but that's a little way to kind of help you remember what kinds of things this can be really impactful for. And it does come in a smaller bottle, so you guys can see a comparison. So this is your regular 15 milliliter bottle, and it comes in a 5 milliliter bottle. But it's a small. It's like pink packing a punch in a small bottle.
It is. And you know what, like we can talking about this tonight, but you guys, this is one of the ones that when you hear the story of how pink pepper is sourced, and specifically who does the sourcing of it, I will go find that video and I will post it in the comments for you at the end. But when they told the story of women who were just had no hope and how they were able to provide for their families because they were sourcing this pink pepper, like it makes me want to cry now. It was the coolest story. And I guarantee you when you go into say a drugstore and you buy something to help your metabolism, I guarantee you that what you're doing to help your metabolism and your digestive system doesn't give back to women who really, really need it.
I love that. Yes, please share that. In fact, if you want that to know more about how pink pepper is impacting families around on the other side of the world when you're using this, just put in the comments pink pepper, and Jennifer's going to share that really powerful video with you guys about that. But yes, love pink pepper. And I haven't been drinking it in my water lately, so I'm glad you reminded me about this. Yes. I'm glad we're doing these A to Z's because I forget about certain oils, and I'm like, yes, I need to get back to doing that. So you're going to use this when you have those issues that we just talked about coming up. So what's our next hottest topic?
Right. The working out and the tension, and that it's not hot, it's Africa hot, which It's a teaser, you guys. It's the same thing.
Yes. So boosting your energy during a workout or helping your muscle tension after, and helping with it being Africa hot. Like it's not hot around here, it's Africa hot.
Mm-hmm.
Peppermint and your peppermint touch.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to use your peppermint bottle when you're wanting to like diffuse it, like boosting energy during a workout. Like if you're working out and you've got your at home or something and you've got your diffuser nearby, you could be diffusing your peppermint. You're going to use your peppermint oil also if maybe you want to just put a drop like under your tongue during your workout, because that also will kind of just boost your energy. And I will say there are occasionally a few people who have kind of the opposite reaction with peppermint. I think Nicole, our friend Nicole, I think has told us her mother-in-law falls asleep with peppermint. So if that's you, this does not apply, but for the majority of the people,
Right.
this is going to boost your energy and help with your muscle tension after. So that this is a very cooling oil. So you probably want to have like either some of your doTERRA unscented lotion or your fractionated coconut oil if you're going to put it like on your chest or put it on those sore muscles after. Or you could just bring your peppermint touch with you. Which I like that because it's really handy. And I will say kids in general kind of sometimes are like, ooh, it's a little too much, like a little too cooling.
Yes.
But don't worry, you have options with your oils with that too. So, so if you want to know what options you can use with your kids, if they say peppermint is just too much, just type in the comments, peppermint for kids, and I'll share with you a hack that you can use for that. But so we're going to go back to the mister here.
Yes.
If you take 5 or 6 drops of your peppermint and add in, 5 or 6 drops of your lavender and add in water to the rest, you have your own personal cooling mister for all those days when it is like, it's not just hot, it's Africa hot.
Africa hot.
Give a good spray. And then,
Yes.
Yes. I'm telling you, when your kids are like, if your kids are outside playing and then they come in and they don't want to go back outside and you need to send them back outside, all you have to do is spray them down and then send them right back out. Or if you find yourself, you're going to be at Six Flags for the day, just bring in your own personal mister and you're good to go. I'm telling you, take this thing to the park, and I actually leave this in the refrigerator. So it's like extra cooling.
That's even better.
If you have a spouse that is working outside a lot, having to work outside a lot during this heat, or like Jennifer was saying, if you're outside gardening, whatever you're doing, you could even put this on a wet washcloth or even put a couple of drops of your peppermint on a wet washcloth and it will cool your body temperature down. It's amazing.
Yeah, it is unlike anything I have ever seen. The first time I tried it, I was blown away. I was like, you have got to be kidding. Because I was actually working a vendor event. It was outside in the summer, super hot. And I just kept spraying it on the back of my neck. And I felt so much better. I thought there's no way.
Yeah. It has actually been researched to actually cool the body temperature down. So
yes.
Big
and it increases your happy and your energy level, right? All at the same time. So you're cooling off, but you got a little pep in your step. You're happy. You're not cranky. It's great.
Oh, and I forgot to mention, not only boosting your energy during a workout, but when you're using your peppermint, it has also been shown to actually increase the oxygen levels. I have seen actually people take pulse ox monitors and see the oxygen levels increase with just by using peppermint. So
and focus.
Yes, and focus during the time too. So
guys, we could spend a whole night just on peppermint.
Yes. So what about those of us, this is another hot topic that people said that they have a hard time trusting that things were going to be okay. So what
I
can
feel
we do
y'all.
with that?
I feel y'all. I totally get that.
I have an oil for that. It's called prayer.
Yes, prayer. There's a P word for that as well. Prayer and peace, you guys. So Amy
Those go
touched on
together for sure.
yes. So it's one that she carries with her all the time. It's my kiddo's favorite. It's his go-to for whatever. It's usually that is the first thing he will grab. So peace is actually the oil of reassurance. It's a reassuring blend, right? And so it says in one of my emotions books, I've got like 3 or 4 emotions books here, you guys. I'm turning into an emotion book junkie, I think, but whatever. So it talks about how human tendency is to try to, anytime we feel that we're out of whack, we try to tend to manufacture our own peace, right? And create our own peace where it doesn't really exist. And so what this blend does is it actually helps us to connect to the true source of unending peace and let go of control and attachments that we have to things that are not healthy for us in that, right? And it helps us to recognize the peace that comes from God. And so it's one of our favorites. It's one that we use all of the time. So if you guys are just really struggling, and so just like we had with the peppermint and then the peppermint touch, we have the peace and the peace touch. So peace touch is diluted. It's ready to go. You can put it on an itty bitty. You can put it on, someone that's older. You can put it on somebody with crazy sensitive skin. It should work just fine. And then you have the small bottle of peace. It's a 5 milliliter, but you have that for any time that you want to diffuse, right? Or you just want to sniff it out of the bottle or whatever you want to do. But it can be such a great one for when you are really feeling like, hey, I can't trust, and I need peace in my life, and I'm going to try to figure out a way to get it. And sometimes we do that by like shutting down and trying to just go within, right? And this teaches us that that's not the way to go.
Yeah. And those of you who do struggle with that, even at nighttime, maybe you're laying awake because you are struggling with worry and things like that. You can use, if you've got your peace oil, you can put that in the diffuser, or if you've got your peace touch, you could put that on the pads of your big toes, because remember, that's the connection to the brain. Or if you're like me, I put the peace oil in diffuser and I put the peace touch on.
You just do all the peace. I mean,
I give all of it. Because it's got the vetiver in there. So, and those of you who like to use vetiver for sleep, this will also help you with that. And, every time I use this, I like to just, as I'm putting it on and breathing it in, I'm just saying a prayer. I'm saying, God, help me to release that worry to you and give it over to you and place my trust in you. And I have experienced such a release when I use this.
That actually brings up a really, really good point. And I don't think it's something that we've really touched on much, but you and I are very much alike in that way, in that there are certain oils that I go to, one of which we're going to talk about next week. And I will tell you guys about my experience with Rose Touch and what automatically, when I see the bottle, what I think now when I see that bottle, because there was an affirmation that I started saying with it. And so a lot of times there's certain oils that I will pull out. I'll be praying as I put them on, or I will be thinking an affirmation to myself. And it's funny how just that visual reminder of it.
Yeah.
So, you can set the intention, or you can pray and say, hey, God, I really need some help with this tonight. Or, just remind yourself that you can be completely at peace. You don't have to struggle, and it's going to be amazing what that does for your mindset.
Yeah. Yeah. And those of you guys who are just joining us, you're going to want to jump at the beginning to see how you can get your own little misters for the summer, the Africa Hot, because we only got 2 more things to cover tonight. So we're going to talk about breaking those chains that seem to bind us. I feel like there's a song in that. Chains that seem to bind us serve only to remind us there's a powerless behind us when we praise him. Okay, I'm sorry, the music just came to me.
And now it's time for singing with Amy.
Yes, but Petitgrain. So this is a newer, kind of a newer oil to doTERRA that started being sourced. Now they call it the man's lavender because, so most of you are familiar with your lavender. They call it the man's lavender because it's very similar in its benefits. So all the things that you like to use your lavender for, you can use your Petitgrain for, but the aroma is very different. So because it's not a flower, this comes from the bitter orange tree, the leaves of that bitter orange tree. And so, so this actually, to me, smells a little bit more like, I don't know what it smells like. It's like,
it's really hard to describe, but the scent of it has really grown on me over time. And it's a really great one. So if you've had somebody say, oh, I don't like the way lavender smells, this can be a really, really good alternative for them. So it's definitely worth checking out.
Yes, I have actually several friends who do not like the aroma of lavender and use Petitgrain instead because it gets the similar benefits. So,
Yep.
So as you think about lavender, so it's also very calming for your nervous system. Also really great for any kind of seasonal allergy kinds of things as well. In fact, my oldest, sometimes he benefits better with the Petitgrain for like sneezing, itching, watery eyes and things. But the biggest thing we have found with Petitgrain for myself is breaking chains. And I'm going to bust out the emotions book for this one for a minute.
I got it sitting right here. Do you want
I have it too. Because this one, I mean, big time. Because this is the oil of ancestry, but I will tell you guys, I have found, because this talks about, not only is it an oil that is helps people invoke kind of a deep appreciation for your ancestors, and the knowledge and the wisdom that through your family history, but also, listen to this, it promotes chain breaking. It helps you get rid of repeating negative family patterns. Am I talking to anybody here? Because anybody have family patterns that continue to be repeated?
I know we don't.
Talks about breaking loyalty to unhealthy traditions, and cultivating healthy traditions, embracing positive family connections, chain breaking. And I will tell you, we all have, whether we want to admit it or not, we all have, if we aren't aware of it now, we need to bring awareness to the fact that we have brought some unhealthy family patterns and traditions from generations. And the Bible even talks about this, that
so true.
That the sins of the father can be passed down for generation to generation. And we can be the ones to break those chains. And this oil, God, you guys, God has provided this plant to help with that process. Yes. And so now if you do get this and you don't like the aroma of it, it goes really well with bergamot or Douglas fir. So you can easily put it together. And, you know, I always give oils that I don't like the smell of, I give them a break. And I'm like, I can always put you with something else. I can get the benefits of you, but I don't have to smell you.
Well, and I will say this. So I had a crazy experience with blue tansy where I could not stand the smell of blue tansy. Like, it physically would make me sick, right? So if you smell Petitgrain and it's making you physically ill, there is a really good chance that you are resisting the breaking of the chains that Amy is talking about. And if that is the case and you kind of see that and it plays out and you go back to Petitgrain after that, it's going to be much easier for you to tolerate, because I had a horrible, literally just wanted to barf every time I smelled blue tansy. I could smell one drop of it and it would send me running for the hills. And now I am using it every day. But it was the blend of inspired action, and I was not ready to take action in my life at that time, and I was having a physical response to it. So all of that to say, if you can't stand the smell, it might mean there's something there you need to work on.
Yeah. I can tell you just by using this aromatically, this in, this is actually an oil that has come up for me on my scan.
Me
on my
too.
scan a couple of times, and one time in particular when I was going to be around family soon. And so even the fact that I was thinking about being in those patterns, it was like God was going, you got to break that. You got to break that chain. And so I've been praying through that, and God has been doing amazing things with just being able to breathe this in and praying through that. Okay, so last but not least, we're going to talk about not an oil, but a capsule, a supplement that is high on my priority list and high on my husband's priority list.
I love it.
So phytoestrogen. So we're going to talk about this, and there's a lot of buzz around estrogen lately with a lot of people. And so we're going to talk about this for just a minute, because before you tune me out about this, because you may be like, oh, I don't need that, or I do need that, or I don't know, I'm not sure about that, or my doctor said I'm not supposed to have estrogen, whatever it is, I want you to listen about what this, okay? Excuse me.
You're getting all choked up about the phytoestrogen.
I know. So how many of you, I want you to put in the comments below, how many of you are trying to stay off the 10 o'clock news because you are afraid you might be like killing your family during the cycle? Some of you may be feeling like, or maybe your spouse, maybe if you're on and maybe it's your spouse is like, yeah, there's some cycle stuff happening.
You got
So just let me tell you, so the phytoestrogen complex it's a phytoestrogen that binds with the estrogen receptors in your cells, and it has pomegranate, which balances estrogens in the body. Now this is a capsule. I'm going to show this to you guys. It's actually a very small capsule. There's others that I've taken that are much bigger, and this is a capsule that you can open and sprinkle on food if you don't like swallowing. Although if you need a swallowing pills hack, just put in the comments swallowing pills hack, and
she's got you.
We can show you a swallowing pills hack. Yeah, we got you. So this is something that so this is how Dr. Noelle Boyd, our friend and local OB-GYN, describes how this works to you. This is something that she highly recommends to even, I think even if I remember correctly, pre and perimenopausal women. Yes, 1 to 2 capsules daily. So, and I take
it for everybody.
Yes. So the way she describes this as, we need estrogen in our body. This is men and women, you guys. Okay, men and women, we all need estrogen, just different amounts. And estrogen is supposed to come into your body. It's supposed to bind to your cells, and then it's supposed to fall off. Okay. But this is where food and everything else that has come into our environment has affected us. So meats that have antibiotics that have been injected and hormones, or milk that we drink that has hormones added. Even some of our water systems have been added with these hormones that throw off that that estrogen in the body, because what happens is when fake estrogens enter the body, which we're exposed to all the time, you guys, and you may not even realize it, fake estrogens enter the body, they come in and they bind to the cell, and they actually don't fall off. They just accumulate. They stick to the cell and they just start accumulating. And anybody ever been to the doctor and said, you are estrogen dominant? Anybody? That's what that means. And so what the phytoestrogen does, it seems counterintuitive to add more estrogen when you're already estrogen dominant. But what this does is, when you bring in the real estrogens that are supposed to be coming into the body, they actually will come into the body and knock off those fake estrogens. So when you bring in real estrogen, it will knock off the fake estrogens and bring down the estrogen levels. Does that make sense to everybody? Like, it's kind of like, seems kind of counterintuitive, but you got to bring in the good guys to knock off the bad guys.
Knock off the bad guys.
And you guys, when you bring balance to your hormones, you are lessening hot flashes, you're lessening the crazy mood swings, you're lessening all kinds of stuff that you may just be like chalking up to, I'm just going to deal with those things. And this is not just for menopausal women. This is before also. So, because I have been taking these actually for about 4 years now, I think. And for those of you who maybe have been told like, no more estrogens, you cannot take estrogens, this does not apply. So even though this says phytoestrogen, that is not the same thing. Does that make sense? It's already clear as mud on that.
Clear as mud.
Put this in your grandma pill case on the daily. Yes. Yes. So awesome. Thank you for sharing that pink pepper video, Jennifer. So let us know what you have want to know about these items and what your favorite uses are for any of these. And I think that's all we have for tonight.
It is.
So next week, Melissa will be back joining with us.
Yes, she will.
And we're going to be talking about how to relieve some aches and pains for the kiddos. We're going to be talking about how to renew our skin and so much more.
Yeah.
So how to help the ear popping on the airplanes.
Oh, yes. And
a whole lot more. Get rid of the stink in your home. We're going to be talking about all the things. So you're going to want to join. Right, Jennifer?
Absolutely. Happy Father's Day to all the
Happy Father's Day to all of you.
Happy Father's Day, Jim Miller.
Go grab your Petitgrain and hand that to the father in your life and say, Happy Father's Day.
Here you go.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Bye, guys.